There's a kind of destruction that's silent. It doesn't scream, it doesn't explode. It doesn't leave you with a single dramatic moment to point to and say, "That's when it all changed." Instead, it wears you down, little by little, day after day, moment by moment. One day you wake up and realize you're exhausted, disconnected, or maybe just numb. You look around at your life, and even if everything appears fine on the outside, good job, happy family, a roof over your head, you can't shake the feeling that something's wrong, that you're running on empty and you don't know why. If you've ever felt this way, you are not alone. And most importantly, you are not broken. There are invisible forces at play, habits, beliefs, patterns that quietly erode your energy, your peace, your sense of self. These are things you may have been taught to accept as normal, but they're not. They're the slow leaks in your boat, the little cracks in your foundation. Today, we're going to name them together. We're diving into the 7 things that may be quietly destroying you, emotionally, mentally, and physically, often without you even realizing it. And if anything I say today resonates with you, I hope you'll take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next, and check the links in the description for resources and tools to help you start feeling like yourself again. Let's begin. The first silent destroyer is saying yes when you really mean no. How often have you said yes to something, a favor, a request, an extra task, when every part of you wanted to say no? Maybe you didn't want to let someone down. Maybe you were afraid of being rude, or seeming lazy, or making things awkward. But every time you say yes when you mean no, you abandon yourself, just a little. It's a quiet betrayal, but over time, it adds up. You end up living your life walking on eggshells, tiptoeing around everyone else's needs, and forgetting your own. You are allowed to protect your time, your space, your energy, even if it disappoints others. This isn't selfishness, it's self-respect. For so many of us, especially women, this is one of the biggest drains on our energy, not because we're weak, but because nobody ever taught us how to say no without guilt. But you can learn. And when you do, you start to reclaim your life, one no at a time. The second thing quietly destroying you is ignoring your own needs. You feed others first. You clean before you rest. You handle everyone else's problems before your own. And then you wonder why you feel invisible, resentful, or just plain empty. Here's a truth that might change your life. Ignoring your own needs doesn't make you strong. It makes you sick. If you're constantly putting yourself last, your body will eventually force you to stop, through fatigue, anxiety, or even illness. You deserve care too. Not when everything else is done, not as a reward, but right now. You can't pour from an empty cup, no matter how hard you try. So if you're listening to this and it's hitting home, pause for a moment and let yourself feel seen. Maybe even tap that like button as a way of saying, I choose to put myself back on the list. Not for me, for you. Number 3, suppressing your emotions to keep the peace. How many times have you smiled when you wanted to cry? Said, I'm fine, when you were anything but? We're taught that being emotional is messy, that anger is unladylike, that sensitivity is a flaw. But emotions don't disappear when you bury them. They just go underground, waiting to resurface as headaches, tension, digestive issues, or burnout. You don't need to explode. You just need a safe place to express. Start small. Name what you're feeling. Give yourself permission to feel it, even if it's uncomfortable. Your feelings aren't the problem. Suppressing them is. The peace you keep by swallowing your emotions is always temporary, but the cost to your health and happiness is real. Number 4, living in constant go mode. Check your phone. Answer those emails. Get the kids ready. Do the laundry. Be productive. Be available. Be perfect. We've been conditioned to believe our worth is measured by our output, by how much we get done. But being in go mode all the time isn't natural. It's a trauma response. Your nervous system was never meant to be on 24/7. Without moments of intentional pause, your body stays in survival mode, and it starts to affect everything: your digestion, your hormones, your sleep, your mood. You don't need another planner or productivity hack. You need nervous system repair. So right now, wherever you are, take a deep breath, let it out slowly, and remind yourself you're allowed to choose softness over speed. Number 5, believing you can't change. Maybe you've built a life, a career, a family. You've done everything right, but inside, you feel stuck, empty, or restless. Deep down, something's shifting. You want more truth, more aliveness, more you. But then the fear kicks in. I can't change now. What will people think? It's too late. Let me be clear, it is never too late to become who you were meant to be. You are not too old, too far gone, or too much. You don't need permission. You need courage. And that courage comes in small, honest steps. Every time you honor yourself, even in the tiniest way, you plant the seed of real change. Number 6, measuring your worth by productivity. Do you only feel good enough when your house is spotless, your inbox is empty, your schedule is packed? This is one of the most destructive lies we've been taught. That your value comes from how much you do. But you are not a machine. Your rest is not a reward for being productive. Your worth is not up for negotiation. Who are you when you're not achieving anything? If that question scares you, don't run from it. Sit with it. That's where your healing begins. If you need help remembering your worth, check the description for tools and prompts that have helped me, and so many others, rebuild self-worth from the inside out. And number 7, waiting for permission to choose yourself. You've spent your life being there for everyone else. Maybe you're waiting for someone to tell you, now it's your turn. But the truth is, no one is coming to give you that permission. No one will say, you're allowed to rest. You're allowed to choose you. That's your job now. You don't have to explain, justify, or apologize. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to feel good. You are allowed to come back home to yourself. If you've made it this far, I want you to hear this. You are not broken. You are just tired of carrying things that were never yours. Now, you're allowed to put them down. These 7 quiet destroyers don't have to keep running your life. Now that you can see them, you can start changing them. One breath, one choice, one soft, brave boundary at a time. If this spoke to something deep inside you, like subscribe, and check the links below for resources made for women just like you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing yourself, even in the smallest way. I'll see you in the next one.